stop everything. If you're on Social Security, SSI, SSDI, retirement benefits, or VA disability, extra money is hitting accounts this week. Listen up. The 2.8% cost of living adjustment, COLA, is already in full effect for 2026, and February payments are rolling out right now for millions of seniors and disabled Americans. That's an automatic boost. Average SSDI up about $44 a month to around $1,630, SSI individual maximum jumping to $994, and VA disability compensation increasing too, with some vets seeing $50 $100 or more depending on rating. Whether you're waiting for that direct deposit on February 11th, 18th, or 25th based on your birth date, or your SSI dropped early on January 30th for February, this is real cash in your pocket to fight rising costs on groceries, meds, utilities, or just breathing easier. No applications needed, no forms. The SSA and VA handle it automatically to keep your benefits keeping pace with inflation. But here's the urgent part. If you're not sure when your check arrives, if it's been adjusted correctly, or how this affects your total income, you need the exact dates, amounts, and tips to maximize every dollar before it's gone. If you're ready to claim every penny coming your way this month and make sure nothing slips through the cracks, smash that like button right now to keep this video moving and help more people get their money faster. Because if you're on Social Security retirement, SSDI for disability, SSI for low-income support, or VA disability compensation, that extra money isn't just a nice bonus. It's hitting your account right now in February 2026, and you need to know exactly when, how much, and what to do if something doesn't look right. Let's start with the big news everyone is talking about, the 2.8% COLA that kicked in for 2026. This isn't some small tweak. It's the automatic annual adjustment the government makes to help your benefits keep up with rising costs like groceries, rent, utilities, and prescriptions. The Social Security Administration announced it back in late 2025, and now those higher payments are flowing. For most people getting Social Security retirement or SSDI, this is the second month in a row where the increased amount shows up. If you got your January check already boosted, February should reflect the same higher figure. Automatically, no paperwork, no waiting. Take SSDI for example. The average monthly SSDI payment is now around $1,730 after the COLA, up about $44 from last year. That might not sound like a fortune, but for someone living on a fixed income, an extra $44 every single month adds up fast. That's over $500 extra over the course of a year, money that can cover a doctor's copay, a full tank of gas a few more times, or just ease the pressure when everything else is getting more expensive. And remember, SSDI payments follow the same schedule as regular Social Security retirement benefits. In February 2026, that means direct deposits or checks are landing on Wednesday, February 11th for folks whose birthday falls between the 1st and 10th of the month, Wednesday, February 18th for birthdays from the 11th to the 20th, and Wednesday, February 25th for anyone born on the 21st through the 31st. If you started receiving benefits before May 1997, or if you're getting both Social Security and SSI, your payment might have come earlier. Some people saw it on the 3rd. The key is to check your bank account or your mail right now. If the amount looks higher than last month, that's your COLA at work. If it doesn't, don't panic yet. Sometimes deposits take an extra day or two depending on your bank. But if it's still off after a couple of days, log into your My Social Security account at ssa.gov or call them to make sure everything updated correctly. Now let's talk SSI specifically, because this one works a little differently, and a lot of people get confused. SSI payments usually hit on the 1st of the month, but when the 1st falls on a weekend or holiday, the SSA moves it to the previous business day. February 1st, 2026 was a Sunday, so most SSI recipients already got their February payment on Friday, January 30th. That's right, the February money came early. And with the 2.8% COLA, the maximum federal SSI payment jumped to $994 for a single person, up from $966 and $1,491 for a couple. If you have no other income, that's the full amount you should be seeing. If you do have some countable income, like a small pension or earnings, The payment gets reduced, but the COLA still boosts whatever base you're eligible for. If your February check already landed, take a quick look at the amount. See that extra few dollars? That's the COLA doing its job. And here's something important. The next SSI payment for March is coming Friday, February 27th. So mark that date. SSI doesn't follow the birthday schedule like regular Social Security. It's the same date each month unless the first isn't a business day. If you're on both Social Security and SSI, you might get the Social Security part on the 3rd and SSI separately. Double-check your statement so you don't miss anything. For VA disability compensation, the news is just as good. VA payments also got the same 2.8% COLA adjustment, effective December 1st, 2025. So your February payment reflects that increase. VA pays in arrears, meaning the February deposit is actually for January's benefit, but the higher rate is already active. Depending on your disability rating, the boost varies. A 10% rating might see around $180 monthly now, while 100% could be over $3,900 for a veteran alone, with even more if you have dependents. Payments typically hit on the first business day of the following month, so your February VA deposit should have arrived around February 1st or the next business day. If you're not seeing the increase, log into va.gov or call the VA hotline. Sometimes it takes a cycle to fully reflect, but it should be there. The beauty of all this is how automatic it is. You didn't have to apply for the COLA, fill out extra forms, or prove anything. The government tracks inflation through the Consumer Price Index and applies the adjustment. But here's where it gets real and urgent. Not everyone sees the full boost right away, or sometimes bank errors or address issues delay things. If your payment is the same as December or January before the COLA, or if it's lower than expected, act fast. Go to SSA.gov for Social Security and SSDI, or VA.gov for VA benefits, and check your payment history. You can even set up text or email alerts so you know the second money hits. Think about what that extra money means in real life. For a senior on fixed Social Security, an extra $50–60 a month might cover the rising cost of medications or help with heating bills when winter drags on. For someone on SSDI, that $44 average increase could mean affording better groceries or a ride to medical appointments without stressing every dollar. SSI recipients getting up to that $994 max now have a bit more buffer against rent hikes or food prices. And for disabled vets, the VA bump means more stability, maybe finally fixing that car or helping a family member. But don't just sit back and hope it all works out. Take control right now. If you haven't checked your My Social Security account lately, do it today. It's free, secure, and shows your exact benefit amount, payment dates, and history. Same for va.gov. If something looks wrong, call the SSA at 1-800-772-1213 or the VA at 1-800-827-1000. Have your Social Security number or VA claim number ready. They can fix most issues quickly over the phone. And if this is helping you or someone you care about, smash that like button again, right now. Every like pushes this video to more seniors, disabled folks, and families who might not know their payment just went up. Drop a comment too. Say, got my COLA if your check came higher, or SSI here, or VA vet so I know who's watching. I read them all and use them to make future videos exactly what you need, like more breakdowns on state supplements for SSI or how dependents affect VA pay. Let's keep digging in because there's more to this than just the deposit date. A lot of people combine benefits, maybe SSDI plus SSI or VA compensation on top of Social Security. The rules can get tricky with offsets or countable income, but the COLA applies across the board. For example, if you're on SSDI and Medicare premiums get deducted, the higher benefit might offset that a little. Or if you're working a little while on SSI, the COLA gives you more room before benefits reduce. Small details like these add up to real money. If you're helping a parent or spouse who isn't tech-savvy, pull up their account for them or print the SSA payment calendar. The 2026 schedule is online. February's dates are locked in, and knowing them helps budget better. No more guessing when money's coming. No more overdrafts because a check was late. This COLA is proof the system is trying to keep up with real life. Inflation hasn't been kind lately, but 2.8% helps. It's not perfect. Some say it should be higher, but it's what we've got, and it's landing now. Make sure you're getting every cent. If you're excited about that extra cash or just want to stay on top of the next changes, hit subscribe and ring the bell. I'm dropping more videos soon. Exact breakdowns by benefit type, what to do if payments are delayed, how to report changes so nothing gets cut, and tips to stretch every dollar further. Let's talk about those of you who get both Social Security and SSI, because this combo is super common, and the timing can feel confusing at first. If you fall into this group, your Social Security payment, including retirement or SSDI, usually lands on the 3rd of the month if you started before May 1997, or follows the regular birthday schedule otherwise, but your SSI payment is separate. For February 2026, since the 1st was a Sunday, SSI went out early on Friday, January 30th. That means many of you already saw that boosted SSI amount, up to the new $994 maximum for a single person, or $1,491 for a couple after the 2.8% COLA. Then your Social Security portion comes on its normal date, like February 3rd for some, or the Wednesday slots, 11th, 18th, or 25th for others. The key? Double-check both deposits. The COLA applies to each separately, so your total monthly income should reflect the full increase across both programs. If one looks off, it could be a simple processing delay. Banks sometimes take an extra day or two. Give it 72 hours, then log into your My Social Security account or call 1-800-772-1213. They can pull up your exact payment history and fix any glitches fast. Doing this now means no surprises next month. For VA disability folks, the story is similar, but with its own rhythm. VA payments are typically on the first business day of the month following the month therefore, so your February payment, covering January, should have hit around January 30th or the next business day, already at the new 2.8% higher rate. A 10% rating might now be around $180, a 50% rating closer to $1,100 or more depending on dependents, and 100% can exceed $3,900 for a veteran alone. If you have a spouse, kids, or parents as dependents, your amount is even higher. The COLA boosted those add-ons too. If your VA deposit didn't show the increase, head to va.gov, check your payment history, or call 1-800-827-1000. Most times it's automatic, but address changes, bank updates, or rare processing hiccups can cause a 1-month lag. Fix it early so March's payment is spot on. Now let's get into some everyday scenarios because this extra money feels different depending on your life. Picture a disabled veteran on 70% VA compensation plus SSDI. The VA bump might add $50–$80 monthly, while SSDI adds another $40–$50. Combined, that's potentially $100 more each month, enough to cover rising utility bills, a better wheelchair accessory, or just less worry when the grocery receipt hits triple digits. Or think about an SSI recipient who also gets a small Social Security survivor benefit. The SSI max at $994 plus the COLA on the survivor part means more buffer against rent increases or medical costs. These aren't abstract numbers, they're real relief. Inflation has hit hard on basics like food, gas, and healthcare, and 2.8% helps close the gap. It's not a massive windfall, but it's automatic, reliable, and it compounds year after year. If any of this resonates, if you're seeing that higher amount right now or you're waiting on one more check, hit that like button again. Seriously, keep smashing it. Each like tells YouTube to show this to more people on fixed incomes who might be missing their boost. And drop a quick comment. VA boosted, SSI early, SSDI check-in, or combo benefits. Seeing those helps me zero in on what you want next. Maybe a full video on state SSI supplements, VA dependent add-ons, or how to report income changes without losing benefits. Another big question I get, what if I'm still working a little? For SSDI, there's a trial work period and earnings limits, but the COLA doesn't affect those directly. It just makes your base benefit higher. For SSI, countable income rules are strict, but the higher federal maximum gives you more room before reductions kick in. If you're unsure, Use the SSA's eligibility tools online or talk to a benefits counselor. Small earnings can sometimes be excluded. Don't leave money on the table. One more urgent tip. Set up direct deposit alerts through your bank and enable notifications in My Social Security or VA.gov. You'll get a ping the second money lands. No more logging in every day wondering. And if you help a family member who's not online, show them how to check or print the SSA payment calendar for 2026. It lists every date clearly. February's locked in, March SSI early on the 27th, and so on. This COLA is about dignity. After years of paying into the system or serving the country, you deserve benefits that hold their value. The 2.8% isn't perfect. Some folks wish it was higher. But it's here, it's real, and it's in your account or coming soon. If you're feeling that relief or just want to stay ahead of every upcoming change, subscribe now and hit the bell. I'm tracking everything: Medicare premium adjustments that might offset some of this, tax rules on benefits, even potential future COLAs. Next videos will break down exactly how to appeal if a payment seems wrong, maximize state supplements for SSI, or handle VA claims for increases. So whether that extra money is already sitting in your account right now, or it's just about to drop this week, the bottom line is this: you've earned every single dollar of these benefits. You paid into Social Security your whole working life, or you served this country with honor, or you've been fighting through disabilities that no one should have to face alone. The 2.8% COLA isn't charity. It's a small but real acknowledgement that costs are up, and your benefits need to keep pace so you can keep living with dignity. That extra $40, $50, $80, or even $100 a month might not buy a mansion, but it can buy peace of mind. It can buy groceries without cutting corners, prescriptions without skipping doses, a birthday gift for a grandchild, or just one less sleepless night worrying about the next bill. And when millions of seniors, disabled Americans, SSDI recipients, SSI beneficiaries, and veterans all get that little boost at the same time, it adds up to billions staying in communities instead of getting eaten up by inflation. You don't have to wait for someone else to tell you it's real. Check your account, see the numbers, feel the difference. If your payment came in higher this week, celebrate it. If it's still on the way, mark the date on your calendar and get ready to breathe a little easier. And if something doesn't look right, act on it. Call SSA, log into va.gov, fix it fast. This is your money, claim it. Now, I need you to do something for me, and for everyone else who needs this info. First, if this video helped you understand when and how much extra is coming, smash that like button one more time right now. Likes tell YouTube this matters, and they push it to more retirees, disabled folks, and families who might be missing their boost. Second, drop a comment below with one simple thing: check came. If you already saw the higher amount waiting on it, if your payment is still coming this week, VA Vet or SSI Life or SSDI Strong. So I know exactly who's watching. I read every single comment. They help me make the next videos you actually need. Third, share this video right now. Text it to your mom, your grandpa, your disabled friend, your veteran uncle, the neighbor who's on a fixed income. One share can put hundreds or thousands of dollars back into someone's pocket just by letting them know what's happening this week. And finally, if you want to stay ahead of every upcoming change, next COLA announcements, Medicare adjustments, tax rules on benefits, state supplements, VA dependent increases, or tricks to stretch every dollar further, hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell right now. I'm not going anywhere. We're in this together, and I'll keep bringing you the exact info you need as soon as it drops. Thank you for watching. Thank you for fighting for what you've earned. Go check your account, take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next one, with more ways to make sure every penny lands where it belongs, in your pocket.